Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Gabby Golmay with the news today. First, the headlines. IFCD officials abducted by suspected cookie underground groups released. Executive Engineer Surchandra says government should intervene as they were abducted by groups under sue with the government. Now the news in details. The IFCD officials abducted on 1st August from Pukau Bridge area were released late last night. The suspected cookie groups released all 5, including IFCD officers S.E. Kurunacharya Singh, E.E. N. Surchandra, contractor Sanayaima, and driver Sarat N. Sanayaima. Yesterday, the group had released Kolkata-based engineers Abhijit Singha and Devjit from R.M. Singha and Company Limited in the early hours of the morning. All 7 were abducted on 1st August while they were returning from inspecting Dolaithabi project. Today, E.E. Naurem Surchandra met with media persons at his residence at Uripok Polem Laikai. Speaking to media persons, E.E. Surchandra said they were abducted at gunpoint on 1st August at around 5 p.m. from a Hallup area by suspected cadres of Cookie Underground Group. The cadres told them they wanted to speak to higher authorities of the department. Surchandra said they were told that they are being kept at KRA, KLA area and that they were not physically tortured by them. He said the issue needs state government attention as the group is in sue with the government. E.E. Surchandra said they have gone on a sudden inspection visit without escort as company officials had arrived in Imphal. He said earlier also they had gone on inspection visit to Kugadam and Dolaithabi project without any escort.
Akoi mota di machi government gi action lo bom the on than kaino de moi du kholai pa bine khun pai dam ni la su tong nei su government mi tong nam ne ba akoi tong nam na tiap an moi na adoi di moi su yu wa ma de ne moi chali si akoi gi asam we phan ko su kaino su chang nai na routine nai na moi gi kem tu check tu do ri to lo na ta ne kem tu check ko de ne moi ko sala ni kholai pa ga Praga ko celebrate moi saning sani moi paisa len sam tan ni ta la ni adum mayam chathre ba.
On the other hand, Secretary of Uripo Polem Laikai Mera Paibi said the released officials should not be charged on baseless allegation. She said Imphal East Police have in their report stated that the officials in collaboration with the cadres have masterminded a plan to earn ransom money.
Ngara hingtung nungai matung thadore parbotu je nongala eksida karige sai police ani do SP RK Mohan Amrajen amadi kana ramana RK Khomdon ga yum sida moi introduction nam tela la matung sida moi na hariyo engineer phari be AC amadi E moi staff phari si kano AC amadi kano chief engineer EEC moi ni manaraga rensam talmani hayo persam thupire thoy posi kana na karige damakta hari bino habi meja thuni
A one-day discussion on the need for development of Meitei Mayek was held at Manipur Press Club. Retired Principal Sairem Nilbir, Milal President Sadok Pamtomba and other dignitaries were also present on the occasion. The discussion dwelt mainly on using the foreign languages in our day-to-day life, such as in courtyard theatre, film theatre, in educational institutions and in naming our locality. Speaking on the occasion, Amju President W. Shyam Jai said development of Meitei Mayek should not be left to Milal and the government alone, saying that we all need to contribute our best for the growth and development of Meitei Mayek. To bring more development in our society, development of our script is a must, he added. AFSPA still continues a nightmare for the people of Manipur who have been under this draconian act for more than 40 years. Despite 13 years of fasting for repeal of the act by Irom Chanu Sharmila, yet the government and the Indian government remained indifferent to the burning issues of the state. We have a report from Somipem Kaishing on the issue.
Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958, an act that was passed by the Indian government to tackle militancy in Jammu and Kashmir and North-East, was promulgated in Manipur since 1980 in the name of quelling insurgent activities. More than 40 years of imposition of this act have left a tale of ordeals, as security forces under the impunity of the act has let loose terror and intimidation. Many innocent people were killed, maimed, tortured or have disappeared. Modesty of many women were also outraged under the license to kill under suspicion. The unrestrained power given to the security forces have created an unstable environment of fear and threat. Women torchbearer came out in protest against the excesses committed by the security forces in the name of insurgency operations. It may be worth to recall that in 2004, the infamous Monorama rape and murder, which culminated with the shifting of the 17 Assam Rifles from Kangla Fort and Irom Chanu Sharmila's 13-year-long fast demanding the repeal of the Draconian Act, has exposed to the international community the harshness and bitterness of the act. Earlier in 2010, 10 innocent civilians, including a 62-year-old woman, were shot dead by the personnel of the 8th Assam Rifles Indian Army, aftermath of a bomb attack on Assam Rifle convoy at Malom Makalaikai. Social activists, scholars, human rights activists around the globe have shown solidarity to the lone crusader Irom Sharmila. It is important to understand that throughout her fight for justice, the national media have not given her proper coverage, and in addition to that, the state government still seems the least moved. Besides that, she also recently faced charges and allegations of suicide attempt. Government officials have claimed that it is impossible to remove the act due to security reasons in the conflicted state. Justice Jivan Reddy, Commissioner of Inquiry on AFSPA, have already pointed out the need to repeal the act as there already are enough laws existing to tackle insurgents. A judicial commission headed by former Supreme Court Judge N. Santosh Hedge with former Chief Election Commissioner J.M. Lingdo and Dr. Ajay Kumar Singh, IPS retired DGP of Karnataka, appointed by the Supreme Court itself, has highlighted the rampant and gross misuse of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act for fake encounters and gross violations of human rights by the security forces in Manipur. The Commission had concluded its hearing on 21st March 2013 on various affidavits filed before it. Earlier, in September 2012, the court had appointed the judicial to investigate into the encounter killing of 1,528 people by the security forces in Manipur since 1979. After investigating 6 sample cases of encounter killings, the Commission reached the conclusion that the cases were not genuine and that maximum force was used to kill people. The Commission also noted that though the Act gives sweeping power to security forces even to the extent of killing a suspect with protection against prosecution, it does not provide any protection to the citizen against its possible misuse. The Supreme Court ruling on fake encounters in Manipur also clearly exposes the misuse of this Act by the central and the state security forces against the innocent people of the state. Despite outcries over the long imposition of this Act in Manipur, the state and the central government are yet to act on it. How long will this Act continue to remain imposed in the state to perpetuate excess upon the people? Most people of the state, as well as the rest of the nation, wants AFSPA to end for the better. This is Somipem Kaishing reporting for ISTV News, Imphal.
Thoubal District President of MSF Abung Mehta should be released immediately without any condition. In a press release, Pangal Political Forum said that excessive use of force by security forces is an act of insult and inviting public hesitation from general public. The forum further maintained that he was arrested for taking part in the public agitation to urge to book those involved in rape of Arishma from Yaripok. 101 loaded trucks have arrived at Imphal from Jiribam today. The trucks included 19 petrol tankers, 30 diesel tankers, 42 fertilizers, 18 LPG trucks and 1 kerosene tanker. More trucks are also coming on the way. Strongly condemning the bomb blast yesterday at Kwakaitel Meirangpurel, a sit-in protest was held today at Kwakaitel Meirangpurel Community Hall. Yesterday, a bomb blast at around 7:30 p.m. at the residence of Field Officer of Agriculture Department, Pebam Sarat, had injured Sarat's wife and his daughter. Both of them are admitted at Shiza Hospital with serious injuries. The Merapaibis of the locality strongly condemning the bomb attack displayed placards condemning the incident. One Merapaibi speaking to media person said, Catherine, the daughter of Sarat, who sustained splinter injury is in serious condition. She was scheduled to be operated today, but due to the presence of other splinters in her body, the operation has been postponed. She also said that bomb attacks in residential area is highly condemnable and urged the concerned people to explain the reason behind the attack.
bom lam thala gadi masidi akai ba mayam mama khoi mayok ta mi ka ya ma thola ani ha kai no de ningam de ba mayam ningam ma leira ba ni na ma khoi da so da ki mai gon chala ani ba aduna ma khoi lim ba ningi ma pandam du thongoi moina gyan ta ba mi ama oi ra gadi sakka sakka una dana phajana wari sabna phani masi karam ba party na masi kana masi ai singdok pir o masi ai na pam.
A one-day awareness program on National Food Ordinance was held at Nambol Block Congress Office. Nambol Municipal Council Chairperson H. Somarendro, President Bishnupur District Congress Committee S. Buddhachandra were also present in the program organized by Nambol Block Congress Committee. Various resource persons talked in length about National Food Ordinance. Loktak Leimarol, written by Jatishwar Tongbram, and Yeningtha, written by Ambrabati Ningthaujam, was released at Wangoi Ningthau Community Hall at Ningthau Kong yesterday. Director, Theatre Mirror, Naba Warepa and Manipur Sahitya Parishad Bishnupur District President H. Sanayaima were also present on the occasion. Speaking on the occasion, Naba Warepa said that writers have a big role to play in our society and its development. Moreover, it leads a society in the right path and direction. A society without writers is very horrible. The third Foundation Day of Southeast Asia Cultural Organization was observed at Lamyanba Sanglen Palace Compound. Joint Director Art and Culture Sapam Baigel and President of SICO Koijam Brojen were also present on the occasion. Mr. World Title holder Dr. Shanti Kumar also took part in the Foundation Day. Those who spoke on the occasion stressed the need to promote our preserved, our age-old culture, traditions and religious activities. They also underlined strong support and cooperation to preserve our age-old cultures and traditions. Students of Oriental College have maintained that many classes could not be taken due to inundation of many classrooms by water. Speaking to ICTV News, the students said that it has caused immense problems due to the lack of basic infrastructures and inundation of classrooms by water. They also sought the attention of the concerned authority to complete the construction of basic infrastructure at the earliest.
Zikoi College, Oriental College, Sing Tumbana Marmoitana class semester system, G like my Masing Kana Tamplay, Matamida Sing Tumba over Maramna, class to Vayadana Department, Kurdi, Sang Vayadana Lady, Aduna, Marie Navajo authority, the Department, Sing class to Vayadava, Adua Lambi Fatava Sing Gi, higher authority da kara yengchen view and Orton College student unigi makiri nixin.
Before we end, let's have a look at the headlines once again. IFCD officials abducted by suspected Kuki underground groups released. Executive Engineer Surchandra says government should intervene as they were abducted by groups under sue with the government. That's all we have for now. Have a pleasant evening.